Yep, there it is.
Great sweater.
I feel like I remember this sweater, seeing it, and the way it feels is kind of rough.
Yeah, and he's really just doing, himself. He's being himself. He's not doing the most. Like, it's very 2001, clean cut, respectful.
Totally.
I mean, I don't even think that's what people would necessarily think when, like, Sexiest Man Alive cover, dad smiling in a turtleneck. But he does it with such style and grace.
It's very him.
Suave and sophisticated, caring and kind. Oh. He is also a total knockout and a one-woman man. Who wouldn't bond with this breathtaking Irishman?
Nice. That's very true. Hold on. Going around, with Dad, you can really, like, see a weird sort of, like, timeline of, like, you're like, that's what I looked like when I was, like, 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 9. And you're like, I shouldn't have worn that when I was 12 or something. So there's just an infinite amount of, like, strange photos.
Yeah, I think you had really long hair at one point.
Yeah.
Kind of into the rock star look. I was going through my Bieber era. It was wearing like saggy pants and like bow ties with like long white shirts at premieres. But I think that's how it's got to work. You got to kind of lose yourself and go through that phase to find your style.
Yeah. Try a bunch of different things really until you find what works.
Dylan's like a 70s, 60s rock star, and I like to keep it a little bit in between. Streetwear, lots of chrome hearts, lots of jewelry. Yeah. I'm inspired by like 2000s hip hop too.
I tend to go for anything where it's not like too many brand names. I don't know.
I think definitely got style inspo from Dad, and he does it so effortlessly too. He's like a very comfortable, whatever he feels most comfortable in. He doesn't have to try it all.
Looks good. Got lucky and just got a lot of his hand-me-downs because we're similar enough.
I steal his
size.
clothes all the time.
I think when I was like a teenager and in high school, I wound up with like all these old cool like leather jackets and shoes of his and stuff like that.
Right.
So
he'll see me wearing something and he'll be like, I used to have a jacket like that. And I'll be like, yep, well, looks better on me now, so.
One of the most distinct memories I have is probably like the last James Bond movie he did, and like being on that set and like seeing like that crazy ice palace that I think was made all of styrofoam, and then the big car scene and like the kind of intro to that movie where they blow up all these cars. He always likes to tell this story about he did this whole long sequence and then he asked how he did to me, and I think I was like 4 and I asked him if the cars were gonna be okay.
Yeah, I mean, you spent a lot of time on set. You went Serbia, November Man.
Yeah.
Last summer I was working on Black Adam as a PA. That was amazing, seeing how hard these men and women work on crew, like really put into perspective how much effort goes into filmmaking. It's not just the big movie stars. It comes down, lights, gaffer, makeup, hair, all these people working so hard. So it's a collaborative effort, and made me really appreciate filmmaking and the hard work that goes into it that most people don't really recognize.
I don't think I ever wanted to do acting, but I did like really appreciate, getting to travel and just spend time on sets and stuff and work in that field and do something like creative. I've always been influenced in that regard.
Yeah, music. You do music, and I like to paint. Dad likes to paint. He inspired me to paint. Acting's great. I think it's always something that is there if I want to dip my foot into it. I've read for a couple things. You really have to love acting. People are always like, do you want to act? Do you want to act? And I mean, you have to give it your all. It's like you can't put in half effort into something like that. You need to go all in, and I think having Dad, help us it'd be a little intimidating, but also like he's the best coach we could ever ask for if we wanted to do it.
Having a sibling is like having someone who understands. Like, it's the person who understands the most how you grew up and like how you got to be the way you are, and sees them.
Right.
So
we do different things.
Yeah.
We like the same things, and we like different things, but we do different things, and we collaborate, and we don't need to talk every day to know that we still love each other. We live together, stay out of each other's way, but
totally.
Having a brother is like having a sibling. Just having family is priceless.
We've always been a really close kind of family. We spend a lot of time together, get on really well together, visit often, so we're lucky in that regard.
I agree. Family's the most important thing to me, for sure. I'm really grateful to have, such supportive parents who, back our creative decisions, and have always been there for us. So
yeah, totally.
Family's everything.